Uh, Hello, dear student. Hope all of you are doing quite well. Today I'm to take the first class of history. The first lesson is the rise of nationalism in Europe. In this lesson, you can find total six topics, and almost all the topics are divided into many subtopics. So in each video, I'll cover one topic. So today I'm going to start the first topic, that is the rise of that is the French Revolution and the idea of the nation. So before going in depth of the topic, we should know three basic concepts. That basic concept are the first one is nationalism, then absolutism, and the utopian view. Now, what is nationalism? Very simply, nationalism is an emotion. It is a feeling of oneness, commonness. Suppose, for example, we used to say we all Indians are brothers and sisters. We have a brotherhood kind of relations to each other, all the Indians. So that is our we feeling. That is a commonness. So to find out this commonness, we have some elements. We have some elements like we have a common flag, our national flag. We have a common language known as national language, Hindi. Then we have one national anthem, and that is how we can find one oneness, one commonness in all over India, all the citizens of India. So we have that oneness or we feeling. So that is called nationalism. It's a kind of patriotism. It's a kind of love. It's a kind of patriotic feeling towards the country. So that is nationalism. Then comes absolutist or absolutism. So absolutist, it is a kind of government or it's a kind of administrative system where you cannot find any restraint uh, to exercise its power. So when this kind of administrative system or this kind of government exercise its power, they don't face any restraint or any limitation. So they have unlimited power. Whatever they want to do, however they want to do, they can do. Like for example, you can say monarchical system. So you can, you studied at +9 about monarchy. What is monarchical system? All of you know. So in monarchical system, so it is it is an example of absolutist. So you have to keep in mind that absolutist means it is a kind of government or it is a system of administration which does not have any kind of restraint to exercise its power. Then comes utopian view. So utopian view means it is a state of society. Then comes utopian view. So utopian view means it is a uh, vision of a society, or it is a state of a society which is very ideal, that cannot be exist. It is impossible to exist. Ideal. It is so ideal. Suppose in a society, can you imagine where police will not be there, no criminal will be there, where no rich section will be there, where no poor will be there. So it is impossible to find a this kind of so ideal society. So it is very ideal. It is impossible to exist. It cannot exist. So this is called utopian view. So now I'm coming to the first topic, that is the French Revolution and the idea of the nation. Now, all of you know, till 1789 in France, this French society, it was under monarchical system, or you can say monarchy. That means absolutist, absolutism. Just before a few minutes ago, I told you. So, what is absolutist means? It is under one ruler who don't face any limitation or any restraint to exercise his power. Monarchical system. Whatever he want to do, he can do. whenever whatever he want to do, he can do. So monarchical system. So all the people, means all the citizens of this France were scattered in different ways, like culturally, politically, uh, geographically. They were scattered. They did not have any oneness or any commonness. So after when this revolution, French Revolution started against this monarchical system, against this absolutism. So in 1789, these revolutionaries established one new form of government on the basis of this utopian view, and that government, it was it was one democratic government. So one an active body of citizens who started to rule the France. So, but it was not long lasted. 1789 to 1799 only it ruled. But in this period, in this 10 years almost, in this 10 years, they changed a lot. So whatever rules and regulations were there in monarchical system, they changed all the things. So even they since there you will found in our text that they changed their national flag. They replaced their earlier national flag by one tree-colored flag. They composed new national anthem, and they started to compose different patriotical hymns, and even they changed their national language also. Earlier there were no national language. Different kind of dialects were there. So that's why these revolutionaries, they replaced all the dialects, and they by establishing French language as a national language, as well as they abolished all different kind of trade barriers. They abolished. So that's how they brought a revolutionary change in French society. So that's how they developed the idea of nation in France, and that's how the idea of nationalism. I told you what is nationalism. So that's how the idea of nationalism developed in France. But it was not lasted long, as I told you. So in 1799 again, Napoleon Bonaparte, studied in class 9. Napoleon Bonaparte again gained he came into power, and he established monarchical system, means absolutism again. But though he established this monarchical system again, but he did not change many rules and regulations, many revolutionary principles. Revolutionary principles means the rules and regulation or the principles or the ideology that established by the revolutionary when this revolutionary established their democratic government. So those revolutionary principles and rules and regulations, few, not all, some of those revolutionary principles, this Bonaparte also, he continued all those revolutionary principles, and those principles together, it came to known as later on it came known as the Civil Code of 1804, or Napoleonic Code of 1804. So later on we'll discuss in brief again. So here and gradually again this ideology of this nationalism and the new idea that developed in France of nation, it gradually it spread to all the European countries or European regions. So that's how the nationalism developed in Europe. So you have to keep in mind that the very firstly the idea of nationalism or the ideology, this nationalism ideology developed in France for the first time in Europe, and gradually it spread it to all over the Europe. And that's all for today. So we'll cover the next topic, that means next subtopic, in the next video. Thank you. And I'll provide you that PDF notes also in PDF format, and I'll provide some questions also. You please do the solve the questions and show me. Okay, thank you.